What's good, superstars? Back with another Veve video. You got Superstar Joe. You got Superstar Rob in the building. How's it going, Rob?
Preview.
Oh my God. You did that head down, no eyes, no look punches. I mean, sometimes that's the way you want to go. You want to be like that pit bull in the ring, just coming at him. And I think you won this one with that.
The best defense is a good offense.
There you go. Guys, if you are new here, do not forget, become a superstar. Hit the subscribe button down below. Hit the bell notification. You'll never know when we post with some ex-Veve employees, if we post with some CEOs, when we post with some creative talents. A bunch of stuff is coming. All right. So make sure you have the bell notification on. Hit the subscribe button. Become a superstar. Go to Starbucks. Get your free drink. That comes with being a superstar. Starbucks. Get it. But anyways, guys, also become a VIP. $2.99 a month. You get access to our spreadsheets. You get a nice badge next to your name. First dibs on merch. And also a bunch of other great utilities. We're naming the star in the universe after somebody tomorrow. So make sure you get in. I saw somebody got in yesterday. So they're going to be entered into the star in the universe giveaway. But shout out to all the VIPs who've been sticking with us. We have to update this list. It's not the most accurate right now, but it will be updated before tomorrow's raffle. Also, Rich got gems. That is the latest. We know that he's giving away a bunch of stuff to us to give away to you guys, and we're going to come up with some creative ways to do that in the near future here. There's our Twitter, Instagram, TikTok if you want to reach out to us. On Twitter, you also have our Veve username. You can go click on that and follow us there. And in the description, you'll see our Discord. Amazing time on Discord, and also our PO box if you want to send us cool stuff like friendship bracelets or comics or art or anything else. We love to see it.
We always love seeing what gets sent to the PO box. It's like Christmas every day. Yeah. When you open it up, you see a surprise. Again, everybody who sent comics, friendship bracelet. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah. So just a couple quick things. I'm gonna go through Veve's first, I guess. This is the Veve news. So they came out. Yeah, they came out with the Marvel Spotlight Werewolf by Night, first appearance of Werewolf by Night.
How many mints on this? Because this one, I think it's 10,000.
Exactly. So 10,000. So they gone back to the super limited. So we've already skipped over the 20,000 mint runs now.
Yeah.
We're into the 10,000. I think it's the right call. Hopefully they keep adjusting it as they need to.
Do you think they'll go 5? You think they're going to have to go down to 5?
Why not? Why not? If they
just keep lowering it. So this is actually a B rank comic. So it's considered pretty good by our friend Sleeping Comics. Yep. Tier B, it's a Werewolf by Night. I know there's the Disney Plus show on right now as well. I haven't actually caught it yet, but if it's B rank and it's 10,000 mints, those tend to do a lot better than a D rank, for example, that we saw with the zombies. Yeah. So it's a good, nice Halloweeny one too. Everybody's in the mood. It might be for sure one to go for if you're interested in trying to gamble your way on a drop.
Yeah, exactly. And I think the Ultra is pretty cool on this one. The original, I like it how it's almost like a comic on its first page with the squares, and it just gives you that same type of feelings. And these Marvel Spotlights are a little different. I think this is the same one that had the Ghost Rider first appearance. So a little bit different, pretty cool stuff.
It looks like the werewolf's also a Sasquatch.
Yeah, it does look like that over here, right? The Ultra. Yeah, now I don't know if I can unsee that, but anyway, that is that. The Halloween costume contest is going strong. If you go to their website, you will see a bunch of entries. We know that Superstar Audi has entered. He put a picture of his dog with Chucky, so make sure you go vote for him over there. He's a superstar. If you don't know anybody else you want to vote for, that Chucky with the dog, shout out Superstar Audi. Hopefully you see this.
Yeah.
The villains won today. You know I'm going to cop them all, but I did not go for the drop. I did not have any good feeling about it. I thought the mint run was way too high, but I really need to have the entire set, and I will be getting it. Rob, I don't know if you showed the music yesterday. I think you did or no?
I didn't show it. If you give me a second, I can pull it up here because the music's not bad. Like, did you get one?
I didn't get one yet. I'm gonna go for the whole set. I'm just waiting until the hype dies down a little bit.
Yeah.
But really cool stuff. Really looking forward to getting me a Hades for sure. Love Hercules. Love that movie. So definitely, I think this set's an underrated one. I wouldn't mind having a couple sets of each of them so far. That's scary, man. That is scary. The apple's got a face on it. So does that, the fire. Anyway, that's pretty cool. Did you go for a Rob? I don't think you did.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't go for it. I respect the villains. I think that you will be a millionaire off just the villains alone. However, I don't think the time is now. I'm going to stay out of it for now.
Yeah, Captain Hook's going for 12 gems.
Oh yeah.
And,
okay, cool, nice.
Yeah, they're under 20 for the most part. I mean, I didn't check the ultra rare yet.
A nice little Funko Pop set to get there.
I think it'll be great. Back to our Twitter. We have. Sorry, did the Hocus Pocus go? That one today as well? Or yesterday?
It was no. I don't think it's out. I think October 31st, so it's not out yet. It's in a drop on Halloween. 4 posters.
So we got this. This is cool. This is from Hundov. We've seen him before on the channel with some great stuff. So I just made this today by myself. Thought maybe someone find it interesting. Current prices on Veve and their physical counterparts value. 3 of the 4 of the commons are under retail currently, or 3/4 of the commons are under retail currently. What would be a safe bet? 10K editions for comics that have real life value for 10K plus. So he's trying to figure out like where do you start to make it a 10K edition by comparing it to real life value. This is something I tried to dig into before just to see like where that split is, like compared to real value versus when it like actually hits the box. So it's cool if you look into it. It's a really detailed thing. So have a look at it, but you can see where it flips into box value. So New Mutants 98 is right there.
Cool.
And he's just trying to put some kind of a comparison. So I love the data stuff. You love the data stuff.
It's always good.
It's just another number to look at. And then you'll see like, okay, this book sells for this much in real life. So on Veve, if it's over a certain threshold, it looks like, then it should sell for $6.99. But if it's under that, you might not want to go for the drop. Those are some types of things you can pull from this type of data. Yeah.
I mean, I think that if you're buying under listed long-term, you're probably going to be okay in general. No. But we got to take a step back here, Joe, because I did promise Chris Renzella, our boy.
Oh, yeah.
I think we pulled this up here. He also
Fat Cat's double burn.
That's right. He also asked for a shout out for the competition. He said this is his favorite collectible, cool. And he even has a nice little dragon face here. So shout out Chris Renzella, long-term.
Yeah, go vote for another superstar. Now you got options. Superstar Audi, Superstar Fat Cat's double burn, Chris Renzella. Shut up. Those are both awesome costumes. Really fun time. So hopefully one of you guys takes it home.
Yep. There you
go. This was funny, but someone's got to do this with us in the background. I feel like. Did you see this?
I agree.
You need to put us in the background doing our intro scene and then having this collectible in the front, and you can put who did it better. So APB Bulldogs, you got a little bit of fine tuning to do.
Boom. Just the skeletons just punching each other out.
So that's
it's almost like Twitter right now. Everyone's just punching each other.
Oh my gosh, there's so much happening on Twitter, and we kind of started some of it, but I mean, we just say what we feel, what we hear. I think that's about it. So the other thing we want to talk about now is a lot of the Twitter drama and all that stuff. It started because of obviously Palm versus Veve, DC versus Marvel, like all these comparisons and people sticking behind their projects. I have one from Palm. I landed on the drop. Rob went for it on the drop. We're not against having big IP in our collection. We say it how it is, though. And when a drop was a disaster, we're going to tell you it was a disaster. And when we think that there are maybe shortcuts being taken, we're going to mention that as well. Like that's how we felt. And it obviously sparked enough discussion to have Jim Lee come out of wherever he was with his 500,000 followers to respond on a thread to do with DC, Palm, Veve. Like, that means that he's watching, he's paying attention. Really cool to see someone of that stature paying attention to the space. But I mean, that to me shows that we're talking about good topics that are something that people want to know about.
Yeah, and there's another thing too, because we also talk about the positive. And one thing about Palm NFT and what DC's been doing is they are getting pretty well known for their utility. They have a lot on the back house side. They have a lot of fun utility, and they also have a lot of airdrops. And that's another big thing, right? Like airdrops has been something that the community here on Veve has been screaming for. They feel like they almost are entitled a little bit. There's a little bit of entitlement to it, okay, which I don't think is right. I don't think Veve or DC, Palm, whoever, I don't think they owe anyone anything. But airdrops can be an effective way to create incentive to make you act a certain way. For example, like holding the NFT, right? And we're starting to see that a little bit more on Veve. Veve didn't have a lot of airdrops for the longest time. I think a big reason why was because it was costly to do so. It is costly on Veve to create airdrops because you're creating 3D models, and every single one probably takes so much effort and time. David Hughes mentioned how much time and effort it takes to generate a collectible on Veve that, you know, you have all the 3D vectors that can work in the space in AR. It's a little bit easier on the Palm side when you're going to be just producing 2D images, right? Like essentially you can play with them on your 2D screen, but they don't have that projection capabilities yet. So it might be a little bit cheaper and easier to pound out airdrops on that side than on one that needs to be 3D. But I think Veve's been listening, because all of a sudden now you're seeing, like on the Chucky, for example, you're seeing it on Hocus Pocus, how they're creating incentive to actually go for the drop, hold once you get it, so that you get an opportunity at an airdrop, which always seems to be a poster. Why do you think, Joe?
I think it's just it's probably the easiest thing to do, and I do think that this is like a complete counter punch to Palm, DC, NFT that are coming out with a bunch of great airdrops. The thing with the Palm stuff, and I think the thing that Veve's got to look at here is, I think a lot of the positive sentiment is around the fact that people don't know they're getting them. It's quiet. People don't know that it's coming. To me, these airdrops might not be tailored in the same way. This might be to help a set sell a little bit more editions. Maybe they tune their editions up a little. They're like, you know what? Let's move it up like 500 editions, but then we can drop this airdrop to get a little bit more sold. I feel like that's what's happening here. But at the same time, it's good on them that they're actually listening and starting to do some type of airdrops. I'm hoping to see some secret airdrops like we've seen on Palm, because I think that's really cool. And I think it gets the community talking, like, look, they take care of us just for holding this. Just for holding this, we're getting this. So if we start to see some of that on Veve, I hope, fingers crossed, that would be amazing. But I think the way that Veve looks at it is that might be what the MCP points in the background are. I just think you'll get a lot of positive sentiment if you start to drop some things to people who aren't expecting them.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's a time and place for it, but I also have to caution people: you're not entitled to it. Like, you cannot expect it. It's a free airdrop, and it takes money to create and produce. So I think right now, you know, David, you, Dan, and the entire team has started realizing that they want to create incentives to help these drops actually sell. They want to go with higher mints. They want to go with a higher price. They want to capture people so that they buy it and they hold it, and it doesn't just become a flipper's haven where everyone's just buying it and they're just selling it right off the bat at a loss because they didn't get the low mint. They didn't get the gamble. They didn't get the secret rare. Now they're giving you a reason to actually hold it, to maybe hold that price. And then at that point, you know, a few weeks go by, they like to leave a little bit of a gap between holding it, right?
Sure. Anything you trade higher, you're trading at higher prices. Secondary fees are going to be higher, right? So I don't know. I think that the long-term holders, that'll eventually do the best for people, but I guess maybe MCP will be that. We'll see.
And now another interesting thing too with Veve, like DC is obviously completely on board with airdrops, and surprisingly, there's also less things to hold. If you own a back cowl, for example, it's kind of just a one collectible that you got to own, and then it branches off to all sorts of different utility. I wonder how Veve would do it. We know that that Disney, for example, and Marvel, they're not as receptive to doing as much utility with their collectibles as DC is. We see that. It's quite obvious. You know, DC has it on the backhoe side that you can actually vote for a comic, and then they create a comic based on which the owners of the NFT have upvoted to the most likely scenario, like whatever they want to see. You don't really see that on the Marvel side, but I think they should be open to at least surprising their holders. I don't see why, even if it costs a little bit of maybe, you know, I don't know how the deal is between Veve and Marvel. There's obviously a payment somewhere. Someone has to pay the creation of the airdrop. I think that there's still a lot to gain by surprising owners, because then it makes you say, okay, if I own this set, and especially if they select certain sets, if, like, for example, they're going to say our golden moment set, that's going to be the set that we're going to choose now going forward, that we're going to start surprising you with airdrops. You know, certain iconic sets, they can maybe just sprinkle in here and there to make people really want to hold them and create that utility. So we want to know what you guys think below. I don't know if you have anything else to add, Joe.
No, that's it. I think we're good.
Okay, I don't know. Let us know below what you guys think now. Do you expect, do you believe you're entitled to airdrops? Or do you think that, you know, it'd be nice to do? Would you be more willing to hold if you found out that, you know, Veve was going to start dropping more airdrops, the licensors were more willing to put out more airdrops?
Do you care about these airdrops that are going in right now? I mean, they're posters. I mean, not everybody's favorite, but do you care about this type of utility, or do you want it to be a surprise? Like, that's what I want to know from you guys.
Yeah. Does the airdrop at drop time being announced make you more willing now to go for the drop? Is their marketing scheme, let's say, being effective? Or any other thoughts you may have, please let us know below. Also, if you haven't already, don't forget, smash the subscribe button, join the Superstar fam, hit the bell notification button so you get every video every single day, because you don't know what we're going to hit you with Also, Superstar VIP, $2.99 a month. Thank you to all our supporters. They have the star beside their name. The longer you hold, the nicer the star. You got the spreadsheets that you can use to help you either on drop, figure out pricing, sweep the floors. We got 3 spreadsheets for you now that you guys can use to your advantage. You got chance at a raffle to win a star in the universe to be named after you, which everyone thinks is a lot of fun. First dibs on merch, buys and sells that we'll announce on our VIP membership. And we'll do advertisements, right? Advertisements as well. We want to look out for our superstars. We want to bring as much utility superstar VIP membership as we can. Thank you all so much for your support to all the superstars, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.
Love you. Bye.